I'll just give you a quick recap if you can't remember. So you exited the Abbey crypt on the last session, and as you came out into the graveyard, you noticed that there was a freshly excavated grave, and lying next to that grave was a 2-foot black feather. And that's where you left off. Unfortunately, for you two guys, you've come out, and after looking around, the other two aren't actually with you. You didn't notice that at all. They must have either gone their own way somewhere, but you would have seen them walk past. So they must be back in the Abbey crypt. You don't know what they're doing, but you're on your own.
Kenneth is gonna go have a shuffle over and see if there's anything of value left in the crypt or the grave.
Mm-hmm. Do us an investigation.
Well,
Investigation.
That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? 22.
Come on, roll then, you bugger. 12.
12. You look over, you see the feather lying on the ground. It is large. On closer inspection, it seems to be quite matted, and it looks like it's come off maybe a oversized dead bird. And looking into the grave, you can't see anything with your eyes alone.
Kenneth's going to jump in and have a good old dig around. Just brushing the top with his fingers, see if he can unearth any gold coins or any pendants or anything that might be valuable that he can sell on.
Okay, as you're digging around, as you've got down there, you find what looks to be a strange stone in the dirt.
Mm.
Do I recognise any properties?
Give me a history check.
Okey-doke. 13. Shitty rolls.
You have no idea what this rock could be.
Does it look valuable?
It looks almost like a gemstone of some sort, but not quite. Nothing like you've ever seen before.
Does Fred see Kenneth pick this up?
I'll have a look if you like. Yes.
Give us an investigation.
17.
So looking at it, it does look like some sort of jewel, maybe, used with jewelry, and maybe even might hold some magical properties.
Kenneth's just going to be like, "Oh, it's just a silly old stone this is," and he's going to like put it in his jacket, but slyly, so like as if he's just getting rid of it.
I was going to say, if it's a silly old stone, I'll take it off your hands.
Roll me a sleight of hand, Kenneth. With disadvantage.
The disadvantage?
Because Fred's already spotted it.
I was going with the ages.
11.
11. Fred sees you pick it up and try and sneak it into your jacket or whatever you were trying to do.
Watching you, boy.
But we've got to keep it somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah, Roger.
As you do that, you hear like a sort of sound like some sort of prehistoric creature from the sky above. And as you hear that, you look above you and see this huge wingspan flying across and coming down, circling around. All it is a shadow to you. And this is where we roll for initiative.
So I didn't see that coming.
7.
17.
So you find yourself here around the grave, and what swoops down and lands in front of you is this huge sort of insectoid bird mutant type thing, and lets out a disgusting loud squawk, which sounds a lot more scary considering the size of it. And what was your initiative rolls? I'm just trying to turn him so he's facing you a little bit better.
7.
17.
7 and 17. Alright, cool.
Alright, where's my tools?
And so to start off, that goes with Fred.
Ruler. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just gonna charge and hit it with a great axe, I suppose. No, battle axe even. Not a great axe. I'm lying to you. Yeah, that's all I can do, mate.
Okay.
Charge.
Cool. So it is down on the ground, even though it's got on the the token's got its wingspan.
Yeah. So, what do I need? 1. Oh. 21 and a 11.
The 21 hits. The 11 misses.
And that's 7 damage, buddy.
7.
Yeah.
What type of damage is that?
That would be slashing.
Okay, cool. And that'll go to this crow thing. It's sort of like half dragon, and its mouth sort of opens up. Its beak opens up even, but it.
Finished yet?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, dude. I want to punch him in the face with my bonus action.
Yeah.
Just do more damage now. Got a hit first, though. 16?
Misses.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'm not going to punch him in the face. But he's going to do some big beat stuff. Oh, print finished.
Yeah. So he's going to open he opens his beak, but he's actually got these sort of additional bits of mandible which open up at the sides as well. And on closer inspection, you can see that he's got multiple eyes, quite like a spider. And what he's going to do is 2, 6. So he is going to try and take a bite out of you. Oh, that's a 7. Okay, for a 16 to hit.
So, yeah. I'm assuming you're attacking me.
Yeah. And you will take 19 piercing damage.
Wow.
Also, you are now grappled by the mouth. Yep, you've been grappled. It's an instant grapple.
Let's see what number was there. 34.
And so it's now grappled you in its mouth, and whilst being grappled, you have disadvantage. with strength attacks. So what he's going to do is get his claw and try and slash you for an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
And you take 12 slashing damage from the claw.
Wow.
And that'll go to Kenneth.
Alright, Kenneth's gonna see him try and punch this thing and miss. And then he's gonna go, "That's not how you punch, Fred, this is how you throw a punch." And then he's gonna run in and he's gonna have a swing at the bird while it's got Fred in its jaw.
Yeah. So just roll an attack. Add your modifier, if any.
Your negatifier.
No, I've got a +2 to hit with my unarmed strike.
No way.
So, oh my god, a 2. I got a 2.
2.
I got a 4.
No, that misses. You run in and you try and hit him, and it's quite a large creature, so it just sort of dodges out of the way. Have you got anything else?
Yes, I am going to take a disengage action as my bonus action. So I'm just going to move out of its attack range.
Yep. Whereabouts?
And then I'm going to... well, just outside of its attack. So
okay, yeah.
Claw range, talons, or whatever it's
called.
called.
Sure.
And then I'm going to ready an action as my reaction. And my other...
Oh, patient defense.
Nope.
I thought you attacked him. I don't think you can use another action because you used disengage, right, as using a key point.
No. Disengage is.
So disengage would be an action.
Yep.
So you've already tried to attack, which was your action.
No, I can use a cunning action, so I'm cunning.
Ah, okay.
I can take a bonus. I can use a dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then there's another section called reactions.
That's after you've been hit by.
So do I have to ready those, or can I just?
No. You don't have to ready them. You can just say my character does this if like when the time comes. So it doesn't even have to be your turn. Right. So that'll go back to Fred. If you're finished there.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 attacks with the axe.
So at the moment you're grappled. So you can either use your action to ungrapple yourself.
Actually, you have got equal point there. I am going to. No, is that bonus? Where is it? No. Okay.
And you can use.
I'll have to try and disengage, aren't I?
So you have to do a contested strength to try and ungrapple yourself. If that's what you want to do, you can stay grappled if you want. But if you do try and hit whilst grappled, you do that at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah, so on a 19, mate, I'll try and get out of the grapple.
19, contested by my strength or dexterity. Let's have a look here. Saves to strength or dexterity. Strength. Okay, yeah. So you just like grab the mouth and just tear it off of you, and just punch this thing in the face, and take a few steps back out of its. I mean, you're still within range, but you're out of the grapple now.
Cool. In that case, then I'm going to try and punch you in the face with my bonus attack. In fact, yes. Ooh, what's that? 19.
19 hits.
Ooh. And you'll take 5 damage.
God, dishing out the damage here. Bloody hell.
Bludgeoning as well. 5 bludgeoning.
Roger.
Yeah. What else I can do? That is it, me. Yeah.
And that will take us to the creature's turn. So what it's going to do is move forward. So it's like sort of walking forwards. And he's going to go for Kenneth. Because he can see he's got something nice and shiny on him.
We'll be fighting a giant magpie.
Yeah.
A giant magpie from Resident Evil. As it's got them whole mandible things.
Get back, you beast!
Well, they weren't called lichens. What were they called?
I don't know.
Lycans are the werewolves from Underworlds.
Yeah, well, yeah, lichen is.
Lycanthrope.
Yeah. That's where it comes from.
Right.
I can't remember.
So it's gonna crawl up to you, sort of walk up to you, and it's gonna try and take a chunk out of you as well. Poor old Kenneth. For a 26 to hit.
Well,
Wow.
that's hit.
So that's 16 damage, and you.
So I'm going to use my uncanny dodge, so I halve your damage.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So that's 8. So you take 8 slashing. Is it slashing damage? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, piercing damage. You take 8 piercing damage, and you are still grappled though. You're still grappled. Yeah. And then he's going to try and take a slash at you with the claws again. He's going to try and get at this this trinket that you've picked up. So he's going to try and go for. I'll tell you what. He's going to try and grab it with a dexterity. With the claws. So we'll do contested dexterity. So if you do a dexterity save, so the saving throw should be different to the actual just normal dex throw.
Six.
So this crow with a 15 uses his claw and grabs this trinket from inside your jacket, and that ends his turn. And that'll go to Kenneth.
Alright, Kenneth is gonna. Let's have a look.
Anyway. Can we have an attack bunny on the next game?
What? Attack bunny.
That's what's just come off the new printer.
They've that's an actual enemy in D&D. I think it's got a pretty high challenge rating as well.
Probably. It's off thingy, innit? Not Life of Brian.
The Holy Grail.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Monty Python. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth's gonna take out his short sword and his dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna do an attack and try and swipe at the claws with his short sword, and then probably try and uppercut it or something with his dagger
Yeah.
to try and knock the thing out of the claws.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, so an attack with my short sword first. Oh my god, 3.
No, that unfortunately that misses.
And then my bonus action is going to be my dagger attack. Is that right?
So you can do 3 attacks because you've got 2 attacks anyway. So if you wanted to, you could do 3 using your bonus action as one of them without your modifiers. If that makes sense.
I don't have 3 attacks.
So you should have 2 attacks, as part of the attack action at level 5?
No, I don't.
On your, it just says 1, does it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he's not known for his combat prowess, is he? So he's. I
thought it was automatic. I didn't.
No, I did get the choice, but I chose not to. So my bonus action, because I've got 2 weapon fighting, means I can do my dagger now. So I'll do my dagger.
So with disadvantage again, because you're grappled.
Ah, right. Oh my god, 3.
3 misses, unfortunately. Yeah. So you just it's just completely grappled you within its being. It's just you can't even move your arms. You know, you're grappled so well by this thing, which will take it to Fred.
Okie dokie, 2 battle axe again.
Say
14.
Miss.
Is it 6? And 19.
19 hits, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, hits.
And that'll be 10 damage.
Bloody hell.
And a punch on the nose for good measure.
So with that punch, it actually releases Kenneth with that punch.
Oh, that was the axe. The punch missed. Sorry, dude. The axe on the side of the head.
Oh, there's the axe. Yeah.
Yes, mate, the first one.
Is there anything else?
No, I tried axing.
Okay.
Sorry, I've used the axe and I tried punching you and missed, so no. Over to you, dude.
So this thing is taking, it's because it's taken some damage now, and it's got that trinket from Kenneth. So
I didn't see no sleight of hand. I'm joking.
That's a good point. So it's injured, and as it's going to try and fly up and fly away. So you both get an opportunity attack at this point.
Ooh. Just one?
Just the one opportunity attack as it flies away.
Oh, you don't take 24.
Yeah, it hits.
That'll do some damage. Come on, give me a 10. Off. 5.
Kenneth?
5.
Okay, so I'm going to use my fast hands. So instead of using an attack, I can use fast hands, which means I can use a sleight of hand.
I like it. Yeah.
Either do a sleight of hand check, use my thieves' tools, disarm a trap, or I can use an object.
All right, cool.
But instead of attacking it, I'm going to try and tie a rope to its foot or to its claw.
To grab the trinket, or to
No,
try?
Well, yeah. Actually, then maybe grab the trinket instead of tie
fly
it.
it as a kite.
Fly as a kite. Yeah.
No, do you know what? I'll go with the original one. I'll just try and tie the rope to its foot.
All right, go on in.
So let's have a look.
What would this be? This would be.
Yes. 17 on the dice with a +2, so I've got 19.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that happens. You, as it's about to fly away, its sort of leg is a little bit injured, and it's the one with the trinket in, so it's like a little bit weighed down slightly. And so it gives you the opportunity to get this rope around, and you just hit those knots perfectly. Get a knot round the leg of this creature. But it's still flying away. What are your intentions here?
How high up is it?
So it's about 10 foot up now, and I believe your rope is about 30 foot.
I think it's 50 foot.
50 foot. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, 50 foot. That makes sense.
50
So yeah,
foot rope.
50 is a standard.
So it's only 10 foot up. It's still got this trinket in the clutched in the claw that that you've wrapped the the rope around.
Okay, how heavy is Kenneth?
Probably
It's-
lighter than Fred.
It's now at 20 foot. This rope's going through your fingers.
I'm going to have a quick look around and see if there's anything I can tie it to.
That's a
That's
gravestone.
heavy.
Got an investigation. Quick investigation. In fact, you can see there's a tree. You can see that there's that large gravestone to the left of you, and there's the excavated grave. There's stones everywhere.
I'm going to tie it to the thing that looks the heaviest. Do you want me to roll investigation for that?
No. So you want to tie that. Okay, so it's up at 30 foot now. So you've got 20 foot left of rope.
Yeah.
So give us a sleight of hand roll. Yeah.
15.
15. You get this rope around, let's say around that gravestone, yeah,
Yeah, if that looks the heaviest.
and tie it off. And that's the last sort of 5 foot of rope. And as this creature gets up, it suddenly stops and drops the trinket, and it comes flying down to the ground, lands in front of you. But now it's really pulling on this gravestone, and you can see as the rope is getting tighter, it's a strong rope, and it's starting to crack the gravestone around it. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna run and grab the trinket.
Okay. So you do that because it's dropped basically in front of you. Fred, what are you doing?
Dirty little teeny. I was going to try and beat up the bird with our big axe.
It's too high in the air. We need to.
Yeah, so it's 30 foot in the air.
You just said it landed, didn't you?
No, it dropped the trinket.
Roger, the trinket landed. Putting the bird mob.
Kenneth's gonna have a look around for any like obvious escape routes.
In that case,
Or
mate, I'm
buildings.
See what Fred's doing first.
Gonna chuck some darts at you. Oh wait, you supposed to sit 30 feet, didn't you?
30 feet? Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your
Okay.
range?
20 is my range.
Have you got an ineffective range?
No, 20. Oh, actually 60. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can make that if you want, but you have to roll it with disadvantage because it's
Oh, is it?
your unaffected
Roll
range.
for the first one. The first one is 12. And the second one will be even worse. But no.
So you do try, and it's it's close, but it just sort of whizzes through, clips a feather, and then the other one just misses completely. So this thing is really cracking the stone. It's making all sorts of noises, screaming out, and really, really trying to get away now. It's panicking. What are you doing, Kenneth?
Yeah, if it's looks like it's retreating rather than coming to get us for the stone, I'm gonna fire a couple of arrows at it. Or probably just one arrow, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just one shot with the bow? Yeah.
It depends how many attacks
But I've got
it
one
says you've
attack,
got.
But
So you said you've only got one attack.
yeah, I've got one attack, and then I can do a 2-weapon fighting, which probably isn't relevant for a bow. So I'll do
If it's got the light property, you can do 2. No, you can't. You can't. Sorry, because it's in the offhand. No, it's not relevant.
I'll try and attack with that then. Oh my god, a 2. So yeah, missed.
2 misses. Yeah, it goes flying past it. Just maybe need a little bit more practice with that. But there's this thing. It's like cracking the stone. The stone's like starting to really give way now, and it's looking down, and you can see that.
Sorry, after my attack, my bonus action is just gonna be putting my weight on the rope as well.
All right.
And
Cool.
try and pull it in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Gives a strength. Gives a strength roll. I'll do a strength at disadvantage. I'll contest the strength at disadvantage.
So
Fred,
7.
feel free to get in on this action if you want.
7.
I am gonna, if I can, I'm gonna improvise, seeing as though that's one of my actions.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna jump on it and see if we can pull this big kite back down.
Oh,
Yeah, boy. What do you want us to roll?
What did you roll, Kenneth?
So I rolled an 8 with. So did you say at disadvantage?
Not you with disadvantage, no.
You said to roll disadvantage.
No, that was I'm rolling. I'm contesting. So,
So
I'm
you
rolling
roll
for
disadvantage.
I'm rolling for the creature. You roll for yourself because it's strength against strength, isn't it?
Okay, so I only rolled 1 dice.
Yes.
So I got 18 minus 1, which is 17.
That's good. You're feeling really strong in your old age.
Yeah, it's just far too many pies, that's all.
Yeah, and you start pulling it down. Fred, what were you going to do?
I'm improvising and jumping on the rope as well. Give me a hand.
How many feet is it? Is it within a time?
So we'll say it's 25 foot. It's still trying to get back up there.
Let's do strength.
Fred, yeah, strength.
10.
10 strength. Yeah, you pull it down another 5 feet.
Oh,
You
nice.
still going to pull? We're
Yeah,
going to let me contest it with you. I'll do it. I won't do a disadvantage, but I'll give you an easier target to hit. So combine your strength scores. So both of you give us a strength roll. You can
19.
17.
see what's going on here. Again, you pull it down another 5 feet. Strength rolls again.
Oh, 20.
Oh, okay.
Nat 20.
No, just a dirty 20, mate.
I got a 4 this time.
20, yeah.
20. Another 5 feet, so 15 feet down. It's getting closer to your melee range. Let's do it again.
Yeah, boy. Choose dice, because we got lucky. Oh, 19.
9.
So this thing it really swoops and it starts to pull back up. It goes up another 5 feet.
Okay.
Another strength roll.
Alright, Kenneth's gonna turn to Fred and just be like, "Come on now, Fred, give it all you've got. We'll get him down here and then you hit him with your axe."
13. 17.
2.
Big strong pull from Fred. Kenneth just holding on for dear life. This thing, it seems to be quite fatigued and it just drops the whole 10 feet back to where it was 15 feet above the ground. Do another strength roll for me.
Fuck's sake. 9.
15.
It seems to shake it off and it goes up 10 feet. I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
I got a nat 1 and then nat 20.
Pull in again. Pull in again.
So it's still up there. It's up 25 feet. It's
22.
This thing is. What did you get? 22.
22, buddy. Yeah.
8.
It's pulled away. It's back up to the full extent of the rope. It's pulled you up and off your feet, and it's starting to pull on that stone again. Roll again.
24. 22, sorry.
11.
And can you roll just a straight D20 from Kenneth, please? This is to determine the strength of your rope.
A 12.
So it does start to fray now from all the tension from you pulling. It's getting like dragged, like wrapped around that headstone. The headstone is starting to cut into it, and the rope's going to give way in a few seconds.
All right, I'm gonna let go then.
I may as well let go as well.
And as you let go, the headstone comes flying off, and you just duck in time as it flies over your head. The rope gone, along with the creature, into the distance and into the weald around you.
Now this is where I'd have been helpful as a ranger.
Rangers would have been good at this point.
Yeah. Here, buddy,
Well,
buddy.
to be honest, oh no, we could come. Nah, I was gonna say if it had taken the gravestone with it, we could have like followed the floating gravestone. But
So as you watch it fly off into the distance, you can see that it sort of circles a few miles off into the weald around you, around the town, and then seems to go down into sort of a larger, a thicker area within that forest, and it is quite far off. That ends the combat.
oh well, I don't know about you, Fred, but I could do with a drink right about now.
Yeah. Agreed. A short rest would be handy, mate, because I've got no key points, which would have been really helpful so far. In fact, a long rest would be better so we can heal up.
Yeah, so I mean, you go back into the town, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to rest up and that. Yeah, back into the town. Everyone's sort of, everything seems to be the same, really. Not much change. And yeah, there you are in the town, just walking through. What do you do?
Sorry, can I do like a history check, please?
On what?
Just because I missed some of the first session, I'm not really sure what the initial
Right.
objective was, and I remember something about the road getting the deeds to a house, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anything really between that and the Abbey dungeon.
Yeah, no problem. So, from what you remember, in fact, you don't need to roll for that because it wasn't your fault that you went there. Yeah, so what you can remember is you've still got the telegram that you incepted, and it says that if you are to clear the manor on top of the hill, you will own the deeds to the manor, which will then give you basically control over the town. The manor is you can see it's a really, really grand structure, and it's not only a manor, but it is also almost like a fort surrounding it. So it's a large place, not just the building itself. So the history, you came in and you went to the tavern. You got told about the creatures in the crypt below the abbey, and Rylick, the town priest, was the one who wanted you to clear it, and he asked you to get a shield if you could find it. But that's it. I mean, Kenneth, you were the one that intercepted the letter, and you were the one that rallied the other three together so that you didn't have to do it alone.
Yeah, get them to do the dirty work. I'll take the spoils at the end.
Yeah.
So we never found the shield, did we?
You did. I can't remember who picked it up though, but because the other two aren't here, we'll say you've got it. One of you.
I think it was Ray, wasn't it?
It was Ray, probably, yeah. But I think he died in the catacombs, so.
Roger.
Died of a heart attack on the way out. Depends, we might see him again. You never know.
Right, is that what John's doing? Is John trying to Kazivac him or something?
Probably, yeah. I mean, they've got lost.
Cool. Well, right then, Fred. We've got the shield now, and we go have a rest, and then we'll go see the matey boy tomorrow.
Like you're thinking.
So I guess we head to the tavern then, and then see if we can get some grub and some drink, and then a room for the night.
Most definitely.
You walk into the tavern, and it's the same picture. You've still got Rylek sitting there with the same cup in the same position, and he's just staring at the bottom of the mug. The barkeep is there, just sort of not really doing much, looking at the mugs that he's got, and sort of just potting around, doing little bits behind the bar. And what you see is there are 3 people in the other corner. They look sort of like adventurer types, like you. They weren't here before, and they're having a good old laugh as well. They seem really high on spirits, in both ways, and they're having a good old drink and a laugh.
Right. Well, so I've got passive. What does passive senses do?
So they're for me.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Kenneth's just going to completely ignore them, and he's going to just say to Fred, "Right then, Fred, you go get the beers in, and I'll go talk to Rylek."
Okay. Fred's not going to argue.
Yeah, so Kenneth's just going to go sit himself down across from Rylek.
I'll go and have a chat with the barman.
So we'll do Fred. We'll do Fred first. So the barman sees you and he's like, "What happened then? You get on all right? What came of it? Did you go down there, do what old Rylek wanted you to do?"
Alright, we got the shield, we got the coat of arms, and we beat up some monsters. However, 2 beers, please.
Right. Yeah, course. On the house.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, we appreciate the help. Thank you very
However,
much.
we do have some more investigating to do, but the Abbey catacombs are now clear.
Oh, it's great news. That's great. And Rylek would be so happy with that. Everyone can go back and we can all pray, and it really lift the spirits of the town. Where are the other 2?
Good question.
Oh, you lost them. Sorry.
They may have stayed behind to do some investigating.
Right.
However, who are these 3 over here? I keep actually physically looking as if they're there. Look.
Yeah, they came in a few hours ago. They've been in there having a few drinks for a while. They came in the same way you guys did, actually, on back of the stagecoach.
Any idea where from?
I couldn't tell you. They didn't really talk much. They were just really thirsty, so gave them a few beers.
Makes sense. Okay, thank you. I'll go back over to Kenneth.
No worries, mate.
Deliver the beer.
Rylek is sitting there looking at the bottom of the mug and sort of whispering under his breath to himself.
Oh, okay then, Rylek. How are you? We've got this shield you wanted.
The shield? The shield? Fantastic. You've done what I asked.
Yes, the catacombs are clear, thanks to my bravery and cunning wit. There's nothing left in there now that can haunt you and your religious friends.
Why, thank you. Let me bless you. And he does some sort of hand gesture and blesses both of you, and you actually feel pretty good for some reason. And he stands up and he goes, This is all we have left of the donations in the Abbey," and hands you a bag of gold coins. 7 gold coins, actually. And he goes, "Thank you very much." And he finishes his drink with nothing in it, his empty cup. He goes, "Oh, delightful," and walks out and back up to his abbey.
So, was getting the shield nothing to do with like the manor? Was it just like a side quest?
All he wanted was the coat of arms.
And what were we getting out of it? Nothing to further the manor.
7 gold.
Okay, Kenneth's gonna pocket the little pouch of gold.
You're not going to share it?
Hang on a minute, I'm stood right next to you.
Nah, you're at the bar.
Sleight of hand. No, he came over.
Right in front of you with a beard.
He gave you a drink. You do a slight roll of sleight of hand for us, Kenneth.
17.
Yeah. Yeah. You slip it into your coat. Because I'm pretty sure your passive perception.
Why is intimidation on Monk's crap?
I'll tell you what, actually, Fred, roll us a perception.
Perception. Ooh, go on, give me a nat 20.
Or because you know what he's like, an insight or
nat 20. I put on a 10.
So Fred looks over your shoulder and sees exactly what you're doing as you're doing it. He catches you red-handed.
Twice we've done that now.
Can I try and deceive him?
What are you going to do to deceive him?
I'm just going to say it was a bag of nuts or something.
Roll deception for me.
You do realise I've just watched you get handed the pot of gold.
It's not a pot, it's a little pouch.
Oh, bag, you know what I mean.
Little bag.
Oh, dear.
17 plus my 9 modifier, so that is 26.
Go on then, tell him it's a bag of nuts.
Oh, Fred, I know you're allergic to nuts, so I guess you won't want any of these.
Wrong.
So you want some nuts, Fred?
I think we need a history check here because I am definitely not allergic to nuts. Especially not the golden pistachio kind you've got in your pocket.
With such a strong roll, he yeah.
I'm allergic to nuts.
You're like, oh, am I allergic? Yeah. Oh, I think I am actually. You can't actually remember.
Right.
So yeah, Kenneth has swindled you out of that.
That's all right.
Wait a minute. I was going to get a pen and paper.
I've got 15 anyway. There's a thingy on your inventory, mate. You can add gold to.
So what are you doing then? These guys are still drinking away in a corner, having a laugh. One of them's gone back up to the bar to get another round in.
Okay. I'm going to go to the bar and have a wee chat. Once I've turned Steam off because it keeps coming up. Stupid bloody computer. There we go.
Yeah, so you walk up to the bar. This guy's in sort of armour, mixed match. Yeah, mixed sort of matched armour. Taking his like big bits of kit off and that and put it down by the seating area. And he's just there, he's just, yeah, barman, three more ales. What do you do?
I introduce myself. Hello, I'm Fred. What are you guys doing here, and who are you?
You don't know what we're doing here. What are you doing here? You look a mess.
Just had a fight with a battle chicken.
Where's that then? We're here to pick a fight and all.
In the graveyard.
Graveyard? We heard about the manor. We heard that whoever clears out the manor gets the deeds or something along those lines. I think hang on. Hey lads, who's got the telegram? And they look over And one like big orc goes, "Lyle's got it." Lyle's this elven sort of. It looks dresses similar to how John would dress, and has the same sort of weaponry as well. You can see, and he goes, "Ah, yeah," and walks over and gives him the telegram, and he shows you it, and it's similar. You read through it, and it reads, pretty much the same as the letter that Kenneth got.
Does Kenneth hear all this going on?
Just what's your passive perception again?
$17.
Is it?
Yeah.
Passive? Jesus. Yeah, you hear that.
Yeah, I might not be good in it.
Art.
Not good in the strength and dexterity, but everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, you hear that.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool.
Takes you a while to read that, doesn't it? You finished?
They are very similar. Where are they from?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it?
Because that's something we've not been told or ascertained. Surely, if it's a telegram, there's a address from. Whereas with a letter, you can understand not.
Turn it around, and it says it's signed.
Anonymous.
It's signed Father Rylock.
Okay, I think we need to have another chat with Father Rowlett, can I?
So is the one that Kenneth intercepted signed the same?
The one that you intercepted is signed with an undistinguishable
Scribble.
signature. Yeah, scribble. And yours is old. The one that you got. But on yours, it's the difference with yours is that it seems to be written with more passion and meaning behind it.
So you've got the original one then, and this one's just a sporadic copy that, you know.
So in this village, we've got, what's the rough layout of this village?
I was going to do a map of the village, but I never got round to it. So I'll give you a map. So I'll give you the rough. So basically, explained it before. So as you enter, it's small. You've got the tavern on your left. You've got the blacksmiths on your right. And that's like, sort of like the main square open. The centre is a statue of the ancestor who lived in the manor. Behind the tavern on the left, there is the sanitarium. Behind that is, which is a little bit higher up on a hill within the town, that is the Abbey. And then behind the blacksmiths on the right is the guild, the abandoned guild. And then behind this, there are sort of houses just like potted around randomly. There are streets, there's cobbles. There's a cobblestone floor, but it is caked in mud, so you're constantly squelching around. Most of the buildings are quite dilapidated and are in need of repair. Just going to take a quick break there. So just ask me what you asked me a minute ago, Steve.
So sort of what condition is this parchment that we've got? Kenneth's got compared to these new travellers?
You can
Is there
invest.
quite a difference in age?
You can investigate it.
Yeah, okay.
What's your history bonus, Kenneth? Bearing in mind we stood right next to each other, so.
Well, first I've rolled my investigation, so 16 plus 6, so 22.
Fair one. All right.
So scanning over it, you can see that it is, compared to the other one, it is a lot older, and it seems to be written on a much higher quality parchment, and the seal is much higher quality as well. And from what you can tell, that this more than likely came from the ancestor himself.
And can we tell the name?
You can't tell the name.
Is it? So we can't make out letters or anything. It's just a squiggle signature.
It's just a squiggle.
Right. Okay.
Sweet. Are you both handwritten? Or is one? Oh, hang on a minute. We're in the fantasy realm, aren't we? Ignore me.
No, one's printed.
Steampunk realm.
I suppose they could have prints back then, you know.
Yeah.
In a way.
But
no, they're both
more elaborate than a scribble.
Yeah, I mean they're both handwritten, and the quality of the writing on the parchment that you have is probably one of the finest you've seen.
Okay. So as Kenneth hears all this and sees Fred talking to the two guys. Is it two guys at the bar now?
Yeah. So
Kenneth's gonna go.
So sorry, it's just the one bloke at the bar, like the sort of middle kind of bloke. He's got like sort of mismatched armor on.
Did the ranger not go over with the parchment?
Yeah, he took it over, but then he walked back.
All right.
To where
Okay.
he was.
So
Back.
yeah, Kenneth's gonna go up and say, "Well, could I offer you and your companions a drink?"
Well, I've just bought some drinks, but we're having a little bit of a celebration here. We're just it's a long old journey. I'm sure you did it yourself, did you? Or do you live here?
Well, we'll get to that shortly enough. But what's the cause of your celebration, may I ask?
Just the journey. We've been on the road for days.
Oh yes, and what brings you to this town?
Well, I was telling your mate here that we're here for the manor. We got that bit of paper that you must have spotted there, and it says if we clear out the manor, we get the rights to that, and from the looks of things, we're going to get the town as well.
Well,
how about these drinks?
Yes, let's get these drinks. So Kenneth's going to get the barman.
Yeah.
Follow the barman over.
What the else for you? What do you want?
Could I get 5 ales for myself, my friend, and these 3 gentlemen?
Coming right up. You have to use the same cups, though, mate.
Oh yes, not a problem with that.
Yeah, down that little bit then.
Oh, is that nuts in that bag, is it?
Fred, you can roll an investigation on that bag that you just spotted.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
he's not
a good idea,
using the
As you,
bag.
As,
Not pull, Kenneth
what's
didn't
my-
pull the
as you
out.
lifted your arm, it opened up your jacket slightly and
19.
exposed the bag. You can see the indents on the outside of the nut bag. They look nothing like nuts. They look more like coins.
Funny that. Oh, I've lost my laser. Never mind.
5 L's. There you go. Enjoy.
So
Just be aware, lads, that I don't get another delivery for another 3 weeks. So be careful.
What do you mean, be careful? All right, as in beer.
Of course I mean beer. What else do I mean? Not talking about the nasties in the Abbey. You've cleared them out.
What about food? Have you got any food?
Yeah, the chef. We don't have a chef, so it'd just be me. I can chuck. I think I've got a leg of something I can chuck on the fire. Maybe. Will that do? Or maybe some fruit in the back. I'll have a look for you if you want.
Oh yes,
Fruit.
whatever you can provide. I need something to warm these old bones.
Fruit? What's a fruit?
It's it's lovely. You'll love it. I don't get the reference.
Okay.
A fruit? You're telling me you don't know what a fruit is? Have you been cocked up in your monastery that long?
I'm a dwarf. We
Fruit
don't
is
eat
a
fruit.
plant's seed-bearing structure.
What, like a peanut?
No.
Why do you need food? You've got a bag of nuts. Share the nuts out.
I don't know what nuts you mean. Anyway, let's have this leg on the fire.
You're paying, are you?
Yeah, so we know. Yeah, I've given you everything you need to work with. That'll be so on the house. The food. Pay what you want for it. These lads will pay for it because you lads you're sound, you know. But this is the only time. Next time I see you, I'll be taking payment. You know, otherwise I won't be getting them orders in anymore. So here we go. I'll chuck this on the fire pit out the back, and I'll see what I can make back in. Well, I'll let you know when it's done.
Carib's gonna pick up a couple of beers and head over to the table.
Yeah, it walks with you. Looks back, goes. Hey, short stuff, you coming with us?
Why not? I'm assuming you're talking to me.
So you go over to this table, and they're all just sitting around. The big orc slams down his cup and goes, "Whoa! I was almost empty." And you can tell, you're looking at them. The orc seems all right. The rest of them seem a little bit drunk.
It's shady then.
Right. Carib's gonna sort of slide one of the beers over the table, and just say, "Looks like you're getting dry, boys. Here's a drink on me."
And they take it willingly.
And then they'll be like, "Your friend here tells me you've come to clear the manor."
How does he know that? Oh, you told him. Sorry. Oh, I've had a few, mate. Yeah. That's right. That's where the coin's at. And you never know what you might find down there.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the manor has already been reclaimed.
By who?
was my question.
It don't look like
I'm
it's
gonna-
been reclaimed.
I'm gonna give Fred a little nod and a wink,
Roger.
and a little elbow in the ribs. I mean, like, me and my companion here set out on a journey with 2 other members of our party. We cleared the manor, but unfortunately they were lost in the fight.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
What was
You've
that?
cleared the entire manor then?
Yes, we received the telegram from the ancestor, and your telegram was from whom, and when was it sent?
We got this and it's no more than a couple of days before we decided to leave. It seemed like a good opportunity. Roll a deception for me.
14 plus 9, 20. 14 plus 9, 23.
I can't believe you've cleared it already. Are you serious? Just the 4 of you? When we did a couple of recce's around the area, and this place was completely overrun. Way more challenge than just the 4 men could undertake. Are you serious?
Well, there are great warriors among us and tactical geniuses like myself. We used the environment as best as we could and drew them out bit by bit.
Oh, we've wasted days getting here, days thinking about it. I'm just gonna get pissed. And he downs a whole cup and goes to the bar. This is the orc, the big orc, goes to the bar and orders a load more ale. And the other guy is sort of just like in disbelief. It's like how much time they'd wasted, and the opportunity that just doesn't exist for them anymore. And the elf is blank, just poker face.
Like an elf.
Doesn't say anything. Gives you a slight and then sits down and starts drinking. And they don't say anything more.
Do you mind if I take a look at your apartment?
Oh,
Yeah, well, you might as well, mate. I mean, useless now, innit? Passes it over to you.
I'm going to pull mine out as well, and then just show them that mine's way older and we've been here ages. And that it's
well, while
from
you're
here.
comparing notes, I need to go and have a chat with the barman because I just remembered something.
Okay. So yeah, Fred. Yeah, we'll do Fred. Barman's there, just pouring out some more ale from the casket and giving it to the orc, and he's just like downing as much as he can.
Whilst I know there's very few people left in the town, is there anybody that can identify this axe that I found? See if it has any magical properties or any other.
Have you taken it over to old O'Doyne over there? Over the what's it called? The you know what I mean. Come on.
Smiths?
That's the one, mate. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Have you taken it over there?
No. But now that
Yeah.
you mentioned it, I think we will.
He'd be the best bloke to speak to.
Roger that. Okay, I'll return back to Kenneth then.
I was going to point out to him that that the name on their parchment's Rylek. Is it Rylek?
Rylek, yeah. Yeah, what's that got to do with anything?
The man's lost his mind.
Makes you say that. Who is he?
Well,
He's
he's
found it in the crypt.
he is the local the priest of this monastery, and he's not quite all there, if you know what I mean. Drinking from empty cups, sending outdated telegrams and wasting people's time.
Yeah, well, I can see, yeah. I haven't met him, but yeah, I can see how he must be a bit mad, yeah. What's the point of this? Why are you telling me this?
Oh, just further evidence to the fact that the manor has been reclaimed, and your telegram is unfortunately out of date. Sent by a nutter.
The elf speaks. I've looked around this area, and I can tell just by looking out the window that you haven't done anything at all.
What do you mean?
The weald is still full of beasts. I saw a ghastly thing, a huge creature flying across. It looked like a bird, but I know it wasn't. It was much larger. That couldn't have been a bird. No way.
Oh yes, I know what you mean. We fought that off too.
But it's still out there.
Yep.
It escaped.
It fled.
As you can see, we got covered in claret.
So I can see, yes. So
Where's
it
the
will
feather?
be...
Wait, they pick up the feather?
You didn't pick it up, no.
Okay. I'm going to run out and get it.
Okay.
And then run back. With my... Would you say it was 2 meters, the feather, wasn't it?
It's like a 2 foot long feather.
Oh, 2 foot, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, while you're running up there, well, that means that there's something still out there, something left to claim, maybe.
Well, if you want to go up there and find out, then be my guest.
How difficult was it to fend off, may I ask?
Well, not very if you're a dwarf. Being an elf, you may struggle.
Deception. In fact, no, because that's more of a...
I need to turn the light on right now. 15. I think what did you say, perception or deception?
Deception.
Deception. Fucking -1. 14 then. Yeah, 14.
I don't like your insults. I know you dwarves are not very kind towards elven alike. However, I think you are lying. And although my friends here think that you're telling the truth, I will convince them otherwise, and we will...
I just thought, have I come back yet?
Well, you're back now. I suppose you're back. You've already included you in it. Yeah, that was very fast, my friend. Where did you head off to?
There's beer on the line. Oh yeah, I went to get this big feather. This feather.
I see. Yes.
Slap it on the table.
It's...
But you are quite right, the bird is still out there. However, it's mortally wounded.
Perhaps we won't be leaving just yet. We may have a further investigation of the area before we leave. And if my friends decide not to, then I will do it alone. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get some sleep. And he walks off.
Yeah, Kenneth's going to be like, well, all the best with that. And then as he's walking off, and then he's going to get up and go to the barman to see if the food's ready and if he can get a room for the night.
Yeah, lads, he slings this massive creature's leg. You can't identify what creature it's come from. It's just a leg. And he slings it on the bar, and it's massive crash on the bar. He's got no plates. He gives you some bits of plank. Goes, well, we don't normally serve up. It's not a restaurant, we just do ale most of the time. But for you lads, for what you've done for us, I'll do it. I'll knock something together, especially without the chef about. Use your knives and that. We haven't got any cutlery. That's all been nicked. But there you go. And he gives you that massive, and it looks good, and it smells good. And you just got to carve it off. Yeah. So the meat was all right. It must be a fresh kill.
Yeah, Kenneth's gonna fill his belly with as much food and fruit as he can, and then he's gonna see about getting his head down. Actually, no, he's not. He's gonna see about getting a room.
And for tonight, one night only. Rooms are free.
What time is it roughly?
So it's late. You got out of that crypt when you came across that creature.
That's cool.
It was dark, so you're looking, late, around sort of almost midnight.
How many rooms are there in this tavern?
Well, there's you've got the one room that's got no roof. You got the other room which has no bed. In fact, none of them have got beds. And then you got the other one with the hole in the floor. So one room with no bed, which is sort of why it's free.
It'll do.
And
got a bedroll.
Are these elves and the elf, the orc, and the other individual? Are they? What room are they in?
They're in the attic.
Is there a lock on the attic?
No. No, there's no locks. So I'd advise you to prop something up against your door. Not that we get many visitors. This is as busy as it's been for a long time. So you should be all right. As long as you've got no problems with the other guys, you should be fine. You seem to be getting along all right with them. So it's, everyone's happy.
Yeah, Kenneth's going to go take the room with the roof and no holes and stuff.
I'll join you.
The middle room, it's all yours. No key. All right, just open the door. And, lock it off or something. But I'll be up. I don't sleep, really. I'm always up. Thinking of ways to increase my income. The main one would be get people through the door. But it seems to be happening now. So, the future's bright. But anyway, there you go, lads. You take the food up with you as well.
Yeah, Kenneth's just going to take himself up then. Right.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys to it. I'm going to rest these bones.
She'll join you.
So I put that down as a long rest. As you go in the room, it's exactly as you said. There's no furniture. There's nothing in there. There's sort of drips coming through the ceiling, and Yeah, there's a few blankets sort of on the floor, a rug as well, just to keep you warm. But that's it. But you still get it's still warm enough in there to rest up and that. Oh, it's too bright that. Bloody hell.
So that was interesting.
So yeah,
Cool.
long rest, reset your HP, reset everything you need to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you want to take an IRL break?
Yeah, in real life.
I'm all right. We've just had one.
All right. Do you want one? Paddy?
Just a quick one, mate. Yeah.
All right, cool. Pause it there. So I've just discussed off camera that we are going to be implementing something which is used in Darkest Dungeon, which is the stress mechanic. So if you don't know what that is, go and check out Darkest Dungeon. So yeah, you've had your long rest. It's now morning, unless you wanted to do something in the night. So you sort of need about 8 hours for a long rest. So yeah, it's early morning, and you can hear moving around from the room above, sort of footsteps, people getting ready, and hear a couple of people downstairs as well.
Can I practice my drumming?
Oh, morning, Fred. How are you this morning? Did you sleep okay?
Lovely, like a log.
Okay, well, I'm going to just lean into him now and start whispering. Well, those other adventurers seem to have be on the same path as us. However, the elf doesn't seem convinced. So what we're going to have to go with is that maybe there's a reason that these monsters have reappeared. Maybe we can use them to our advantage and send them in as a bit of a meat shield and let them do some damage, and when the time is right, we take it for ourselves. What do you say, Fred?
I was thinking we could ask them to join us. However, your idea suits me much more.
Well, yes. Don't just join us, we obviously take advantage of them.
I agree. We'll keep those filthy mitts out of my pockets, but make sure they go in theirs.
If we're sharing the mana reward 5 ways, or we could share the mana reward 2 ways.
I like the sound of 2. Which reminds me, I need to go and see the blacksmith.
Kenneth's going to start.
Go and have a chat with the barman.
His stuff then.
Go and have a chat with the barman. See if somebody can identify that rock, the gemstone.
Cool. Yeah, Kenneth's going to pack up his roll mat and bits and bats and get his gear on.
Yeah, so sort of 10 minutes pass while you're doing that, and you still hear the footsteps above you, and then you head downstairs, and you see the barman. He's sitting in one of the chairs, not behind the bar. He's sitting just in one of the chairs with his feet up on the table, just relaxing with a pipe.
Oh, good morning, young man.
Morning.
May I have a quick puff on your pipe?
Quite handy, really. What's in your name?
Well, I don't fancy sharing my pipe, but yeah, go on in. There you go.
No, thank you. Nothing like a good puff of tobacco in the morning.
That's
take
right.
A big old puff and then pass the pipe back.
Yeah, lovely. What have you been eating?
Well, you tell me, young man. You fed me it.
Yeah, it was probably that pig's leg. Yeah. Well, what can I do for you, lad? You're up early.
Oh no, I feel fantastic. An old man like me doesn't need that much sleep these days. I was wondering, do you have any spare rope? Mine seems to have broken on our adventure and I'm lacking a rope.
No, why would I have spare rope, mate? Come on, I'm a barman. I'll tell you what, I'll have a look out back for you. And he gets up and he goes out back.
Cool. Kenneth's just going to wait for him then. Why would he have a rope? It's only a rope.
He comes out with a bit of rope a foot long, goes, will this do, mate? That's all I got.
Oh, I appreciate the gesture, but no, it's fine.
Alright, and he just chucks it behind him. Do you want any breakfast, lads? I've got another leg around the back.
Oh, it's okay. We've still got some of the meat off the bone.
Whoa. I'm going to ask the question you never ask. Where were these legs coming from? Or who?
Oh, that's poor old Cyril.
Oh, well. Cyril the squirrel?
No. You ever seen a squirrel that big? No, not me. Cyril was my pet pig. I had him out the back. Lovely pig. Loved him with all my heart. He was out the back, and then just the shock of everything that's happened and the sounds at night just scared him to death. I thought, why waste him? Why just bury him in the ground for those horrible creatures to dig him up and drag him away? I might as well chop him up and have something to eat, get something out of it.
Right. We didn't know anything about the creatures actually coming out to dig things up. That's new. We shed any more light on that?
Well, you know, obviously coming in, you come through the Weald, didn't you? Only way in, only way out, the Weald. In fact, it's not the only way out. I mean, you can do it by the old, down by the docks, I suppose. But yeah, the main place is the old road, which you come in on. And surely you would have seen all sorts of things as you were travelling down that old road. A lot of people are reluctant to leave now, where it's just so overrun by all sorts of things, and a lot of the townfolk have taken off and created their own clans as well. As a sort of it's due to the ancestor that's caused all this. The bloke that lived on the hill in that manor. He's a lot of people are quite annoyed at him, quite pissed off, so they've sort of rallied together. There was all sorts going on in the town, loads of protests. They even went up the manor at one point and tried to batter down the door and get the ancestor, but I don't know what came of that.
Okay.
Steve. What are you eating, Steve?
Oh, just
Curry in a can.
an almond dessert.
Oh, not curry in a can.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
So, as they're having this conversation, Kenneth's gonna pull out the black stone.
Oh, that's shiny.
Is this something you recognise?
Well, they were coming back with all sorts. When it was all kicking off, when it all happened, especially when the dig site was up and running, and they were digging underneath that manor. There was all sorts of people. I haven't seen so many people in this town in my life, all coming in with sort of loads of digging equipment, and they would dig all sorts of things up from under that manor. They would come back, and some of them were taking them back with them back to where they came from, selling them. Quite excited. They seemed quite excited. They'd always stop off in the tavern before leaving, and they were quite excited with some of their finds. I don't believe the bloke that used to live there was aware of these people stealing these things, but from what I understand, these ancient underground sort of tunnels and that, there are some quite nice items hidden down below there. Just the sheer volume of them coming out, and sometimes we get this woman come along in her wagon, a bit weird, and she sells a few bits and bobs like that as well. But that's all I can really tell you about that.
What are these tunnels you speak of? Tell me more about those.
I don't know much about them. All I know is what I overheard the people, the miners, let's say, talking about as they stopped off here before they shot off back home. We just overheard conversations, tunnels, ancient ruins underneath the manor, and they go on and on and on, almost to no end.
Do we know where from?
Well, it'll be underneath the manor, won't it?
And then we don't know where the other end is. No. So we don't know where the entrance is, so that we could go through the tunnel and then finish underneath the manor.
You'd have to go up to the manor and start with the ruins on the outside. Have a look around there, poke your nose around. I mean, there's bound to be some sort of dig site near there. It was a big operation. He spent a lot of money digging up the foundations of that place. A lot of money, all of it almost. But since then, it's been a while, like I said, and the weald is overgrown and sort of covered up the tracks that would have led you up to the manor. You can still find the tracks, but no one would dare go up there. And you'd have to go through that weald.
Oh, well, I'm going to slope off and see the blacksmith while you're getting a history lesson.
Yeah. Kenneth's going to wait just down in the bar, eating a bit more of his pork, and see if the party come down.
All right.
Whose fucking computer keeps beeping?
I don't know. It's not mine because everything's on headphones for me. Whoever it is, turn it off.
No, it's just...
It's WhatsApp. It's pinging. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, is it yours, is it?
I don't know how to mute it.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah, just mute the groups.
I don't know how to do it. I've already muted all my groups. I don't have notifications for them, so I don't know why it's pinging.
Yeah.
Don't know, mate. Take it off WhatsApp. Where?
Mute notifications.
So you're going over to the blacksmith?
Yes, please.
As you're squelching over there, you see the top half of his door is open, ready for business.
Okay.
And you can see the smoke's coming out the chimney as always, and there's just a crate out the front it's filled with like sort of fresh farmers' tools and bits and pieces. not completely full. Just got a few in there that he's been working on.
Oh, repairing.
Yeah, and you can hear the clank of him hitting the anvil, and just hard at work early in the morning, getting an early start.
That looks like a nice curry. I'm going to knock on the old door.
You all right, mate? How you
Hi.
doing? Good to see a fellow dwarf. First face I see in the morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. What was your name again?
Mine's Fred.
Fred O'Doyne.
Well, Doyne, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Just getting an early start, as you can see.
Yeah. I have a wee favour to ask of you.
Right, yeah.
Could you identify this battle axe for me? See if it's got any mystical properties.
Right, guess it here, mate. I'll have a look. 2 secs. He takes it off you and like walks in, and you hear him flipping through some pages of what you assume is just maybe some sort of catalogue of items. See if he can compare it to something else. You go, oh yeah. And he goes on like that for a little while, and he comes back and he says, yeah, it's alright then, isn't it? Yeah. How much do you want for it?
No, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, my friend, it is not for sale.
Ah, that's a shame.
Why is
Well, if it's not for sale, you sure you're not going to sell that? You sure?
Yeah, very. Even more so now.
Well, it was from what I can tell, it was one of the founders of the Abbey. So back in the day when they first built it, it was a bit of an unruly area, which is sort of gone back to that now. And some of the priests had to defend themselves from local sort of bandits and stuff like that. And yeah, it was one of theirs. It's quite high quality. It's almost as good as my best stuff, but not quite there. As at the moment, I mean, in its prime, it was probably much better than my best stuff. But yeah, that's a decent item. That do you nick it from? You nick it from the old Abbey, then? Did you?
No, I took it off the old crone.
Did you? Right. All right. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Finders keepers. Yeah. What you can do with it? You can use it, or you want me to sharpen it up for you?
I'll tell you what. I'll flip you a gold coin.
Yeah.
Give it a polish and a shine.
Gold. Oh, I'll do more than that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Leave it with me, and come back in a week, and I'll see what.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up with it? What? You want me to do it now? You think it'll take 5 minutes? This is a fine piece of craftsmanship. I'm not just going to start. Yeah. Right.
I don't suppose you have a spare battle axe I can use in the meantime, have you?
Well, I've got this one. I didn't expect it to be used, and he goes up to the wall, and he's got it. He's got it on the wall firmly, but as he pulls it away, it like pulls sort of loads of old web that's over it as well, and he sort of brushes it off, gives it a blow, and passes it over. And it's a decent battle axe. It's just as decent as that one, and he hands it over, and he goes, we call it that'd be collateral. If I break this, you can keep that battle axe. That's one of my favourites. That one.
Cool.
Can I help you with anything else?
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
Well, it's good to see a fellow dwarf again, especially first thing in the morning. It's always a pleasant experience. Hope you enjoy yourself in our lovely little town.
Just making a note, bud. There we go. Perfect.
And he goes back to work.
Thank you. Cool. Happy with that. Cool. So then I have to change my inventory to put Bloodied like this. Cool. Right, I'm going to tootle back over to the bar then and see young Kenneth.
What have you been doing, Kenneth?
I've been just waiting out, see if the other party come down. As Fred comes in, I'm going to say, Fred, any pork?
I'll take a plate of meat, please. I've just been to see the blacksmith. Need to go back and pick up my battle axe in a week. He's going to polish her up and sharpen her for me. And he's giving me this rusty old thing in the meantime.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. I might head over there myself and see if I can get an upgrade on these daggers and this little sword. Why don't you wait here for our friends, and if they arrive in my absence, we'll go through the plan we talked about, try and convince them to aid us in re-clearing the manor.
Ah, sounds good.
I think Kenneth's gonna head over to the blacksmith as well.
All right, staying with Fred. So Fred, as you leave, Kenneth, these guys come down, and they're all like stretching out as they come down the stairs. And the first thing they say is ale. As they get to the bottom, barman starts pouring them some ales and hands them out. And he goes, "God, you still here? I suppose it's your place now, isn't it? I suppose you own this place." Talking to Fred.
Sorry, I thought I've muddled him. I'll explain after. Just had an interesting message. Oh, Kenneth, you didn't tell the plan to the barman, did you? We could have had him on this. Never mind.
No, we don't know the barman that well enough to trust him.
I know, but
you don't need to say the plan anyway. But if they're still going along with it anyway, then
yep, no, you're right.
It's just if the elf is the elf's the one who's suspicious.
Mm.
So
okay,
if he manages
we'll get them to have a sniff around. I like you thinking. Sorry.
They get their drinks and they sit down around a table far across the room from Fred, and they're sort of leaning over and talking very closely with each other. The elf seems to be controlling the conversation, and the others seem like a little bit confused at what he's saying, and that's all you can tell from where you are.
Okay, well, I'll leave them be until Kenneth comes back.
Okay. Cool. So Kenneth, as you just go straight over to the blacksmith, and again he's in there, just like hitting the anvil, working away, and yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna give a little tap tap on the door. Or
You all right, mate?
Good morning, Master Dwarf. I'm just wondering if you could have a look at these. Maybe do anything to these weapons, or maybe you've got better weapons I could purchase from you. And he's just gonna lay out his weapons.
Right. What you got here then?
So I've got a couple of these daggers and a little short sword.
Right. Well, let me have a look.
I'm getting a bit older now, and
yeah,
I could probably do something with a bit sharper. And as now I've lost some of my strength in my old age.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I get you. I understand, mate. Let me have a look. Let me take this dagger. I'll examine it, and he starts flipping through his pages again. And maybe. Probably not. No. Well, yeah, that'd probably work. And he comes back out and he goes, well, maybe not for the short sword, but I can possibly sharpen sharpen your daggers up nicely, and I can put a nice little sort of resin around the edges of it. It's a special sort of stuff that I found. If I smelt it, it's one of my special recipes. I'm going to be doing it to the other dwarven lad. He's sorry, the other dwarven lad. I'm the other one. your dwarven friend. I'm going to be doing that to his battle axe as well. Give you a nice extra sharp edge, which will last very, very long, much longer than your average weapon. If that sounds alright to you.
That sounds grand, thank you. Also, there's something else I'd like to see if you're going to help me with.
Well, before that,
going to pull out...
it's 1 gold.
So yeah, he's going to pull out his little pouch of 7 gold and give one of them.
Yeah, thank you.
And then he's also going to pull out the little silver chest that he found in the crypt.
I forgot about that.
And
Cool.
I seem to I've lost my manner of opening this, and I wondered if you might be able to have a go and see if you can open it up.
Where the hell did you get that? He looks around it, completely confused, because it has no obvious way to open it. There's no lock on it. It just seems sealed. There is a groove, like it would open, but it seems completely sealed. I'll give it a look. I'll see what I can do. Give me a few hours on this. Yeah, come back in a few hours and I'll let you know. I'll let you know how I get on. But that's a strange one, this. If you don't mind leaving it with me, of course.
Well, is there anything I could take as insurance? As that's quite precious to me.
Well, yeah, I'll give you this battle axe. No, not that one. The other one. Can you take that? Oh, that might be a bit heavy for you. Tell you what. So that stuff I'm going to use on the edge of your blades, right? I've got enough here to do the battle axe and your daggers, right? So the rest of my stock, this is hard to come by, this stuff. You take it with you. It's only he gives you a small pouch. It seems to be like a lined pouch of this strange sort of spectral-ish material within their sort of sparkly type stuff. And that's, yeah, he's happy to hand that over to you.
Does it look like, can you tell it's got value?
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, you don't know what it is, but you can tell it's got value. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenneth will probably be happy with that.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do for you, mate?
I know this may not be your forte, but there's also this other item that we've recently discovered. This stone here. Have you ever worked with such a material? Could you tell me maybe what it is or where it originates from?
Well, that's clearly from the manor, mate. I mean, they dug all sorts of things up from there when the excavations were underway. It's clearly from the manor. I couldn't tell you what it's from. It's clearly an ancient item. Where'd you find it?
We stumbled across a feathered creature, and upon defending ourselves, it dropped it.
Right. What did it want with it?
I couldn't tell you. It attacked me and my dwarven companion, and as we defended ourselves, it dropped it as it escaped.
Well, it looks expensive. I couldn't tell you anything about that though. Try wearing it. That might do something.
Well,
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, it is an amulet after all.
I thought it was a stone.
It's a stone within an amulet.
Ah, so it's got a necklace on it, has it?
You never
Amulet,
investigated it, but I'll give you that for free.
It's an amulet.
Yes, maybe so. Was she? Don't quite trust magical items.
Right, well, you selling it then, are you, mate?
No.
Maybe I need to ascertain the value of this first before I try and sell it, because want a fair deal and all that.
Well, you got the old the gypsy lady that comes in every now and again. She might be able to put a price on it for you, but I couldn't tell you a thing. She's got all sorts of weird things. Last time she was here was over a month ago. She might be here soon.
Okay, then. Well, thank you for your advice, and I'll see you hopefully in a couple of hours.
Oh, thank you for the business. We don't get a lot around here. I'll crack on.
Kenneth's gonna head back over to the tavern then.
As you walk in, it's the same scene as I explained for Fred. So the three blokes sort of talking really closely over the table to one another. Conversation seems to be led by the elf. And Fred, you're at the bar, are you?
I'm sat eating a plate of meat on it.
Cool, that's the scene.
Nom, 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 nom.
Well, Kenneth's going to sit down and
watching with beady eyes them over there.
Yeah, and he's going to notice the conversation and the elf sort of taking charge and seeing that he's probably trying to persuade them that Kenneth was talking rhubarb. So he's going to just sit down and not whispering, not under his breath, but quiet enough to keep it within just him and Fred. Well, Fred, looks like that elf is pulling the ear of his friends, and we might have to go ahead with the story that even though we've cleared the manor, for some reason, maybe dark magic, that the monsters have reappeared. So another adventure forth may be in order.
Fred's frozen. Just to clarify, you've cleared the crypt underneath the Abbey. You haven't even been near the manor yet.
I know we haven't, but that's
what you're going to tell them.
That's our deception.
Roger, yeah.
We told them we cleared the. So Kenneth told them that
I got it.
Thingy, to try and throw them off the.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But if the elf's been up there during the night or something and seen all these new monsters, then Kenneth can only speculate that there's some other dark magic going on that needs that the job wasn't completely done, and that these monsters have reappeared since the first time we cleared them out.
There's obviously going to be more monsters because we've still got the big birdie dude floating around.
Yeah, but the bird didn't go back to the manor, did it? It just...
No, it's about a mile out and then flew around. But
yeah, exactly. So
point is, we don't know where it's coming from. So the monsters could be coming from somewhere else, not the manor. Just saying. So we can still keep up the pretense that we've cleared the manor.
Yeah.
Just come up with random excuses as to why there's monsters in that direction.
Yeah, we can just act ignorant to the fact that there's more stuff there. Do they look like they're finishing the conversation anytime soon?
They're still talking, but you notice that they're sort of glancing over at you every now and again.
Well, Kenneth's going to raise an arm as he notices him glance over and just say, "Good morning, fellows. Did you sleep okay?"
They sort of stop, look at you, and the elf sits back in his chair with a smirk on his face, and the others, the main one that you've been speaking to, the sort of medium-sized human fighter sort of looking bloke, he goes, "Yeah, we slept fine, thanks. How about yourself?"
"Oh yes, a good sleep, thank you."
What are you up to today then?
Well, as I said, we cleared the manor and now we've had a good old sleep. It's probably time to get this place in order, isn't it?
Right. We're off home.
Where would home be?
It's back in the town. I come from a small town called Kenworth, and
You just looked at a stereo for inspiration.
and yeah, these guys come from. He comes from a tribe, and I have no idea. I have no idea where our elven friend comes from.
Can Kenneth detect any sort of any lies or anything?
You can do a insight
Just about to
check.
Yes.
What are you trying to detect?
Whether they're being genuine and sincere or whether they're
About
pulled wool.
About what?
About leaving the town.
All right, go on then. Give us an insight.
11.
So with your 11, do you want to do an insight as well, Fred?
Can do, mate. Yeah. When the fucking thing stands still, 16. With the old bonus already.
With the 16, right? You hear what they're saying, and it sort of goes along with what you've convinced them to believe. However, why is the elf smirking? Something just doesn't seem right here, and you think there's something up. So you're not 100% if they're telling the truth or not, but you know there's something not quite right with how they're responding to you.
Well, this is on you, Fred, because I failed my insight. So
Well, I reckon they're talking bollocks, but don't let them know that. That was another whisper.
So we're just gonna make our way home. It's a few days, so we're just gonna have a few drinks beforehand. You know, it's a rough journey, especially with that crazy driver, as you know.
Okay, fair enough. Right, Kenneth, when do you need to go and get your stuff back from the blacksmith?
Oh, a couple of hours. So we could wait around here and have a few drinks with you and then escort you.
Well, we're heading. Yeah, okay.
Hang on, I might have a deck of cards. Okay, maybe not.
I was waiting for that. Yeah, well, we're only going to have one or two. I mean, you sound like you're quite busy, so I mean, it's up to you. In fact, yeah, we'll have a drink.
Oh my life. Okay. As soon as we're going to hang around, I'm going to have a chat with the barman because I just happen to have some brewer supplies. He said he was running out of beer.
As Fred's going up to the bar, I'm just going to remind him that it's his round.
Oh, shocker. Actually, if I'm brewing it, I ain't paying for it.
So barman's there waiting on your order. You all right, mate?
I am. 2 ales, please.
2 hours coming up. There you go.
Thank you very much. How about I have a proposition for you?
All right. What's that then?
Well, you said you were running out of ale.
That's
and
right.
I just happen to be a brewer.
Oh, really? That's good news, eh? What have you got? What can you do?
If you offer us a bed whenever we need one,
Right.
I'll help you out and help you brew some beer.
Well, I don't know what your skills are like.
Find out in a few days, won't we?
All right, here, I've got some barrels out the back. You can get started on that. And if it's good enough in a few days, you got yourself a deal. I like that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, we like you around here anyway after what you did for old Riley. Poor bloke. So yeah, he takes you out back, and there's some barrels. So yeah, and all the stuff that you need, all the ingredients. So
Wheat,
yeah, and
hops, barley, some sugar. Well, I may as well make some mead, so we'll have some honey. Yeah, sounds good.
I wouldn't know.
I would.
So I've never used a tools mechanic before. If I'm guessing you're proficient in those tools, in the use of those tools. So whatever you do, you can add your proficiency bonus to it. So let's say
I don't know what brewing had come under actually in the new definition.
maybe wisdom. I don't know how it works. I'll have to look that one up. We'll say that you crack on with brewing, and maybe for the next session I will have something for you.
Let's have a look for me.
Cool. Yeah.
Where's my library?
Right, I'll leave you to it, mate. You stay out here. Anything you need, just use it.
No worries, thank you.
And he goes back out to see what's going on. Your ale's here, mate. I'll just leave it on the bar for you. In fact, I'll bring it over to. He brings over the ale to Kenneth. There you go, mate.
Oh, thank you, son.
You're welcome. What are you doing?
So is Kenneth on his own?
Yeah.
With the people?
I'm out back making beer, mate, so...
Ah, right.
Did you go up to them, did you? Or...
Who? Kenneth?
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. No, I didn't.
Right, hang on, let's have a quick mini break there. So you're back where you were. What are you doing?
I think we're going to go and have a look at the guild. Young Kenneth?
Kenneth's going to finish his beer, wipe off the moisture from his tash, and, well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We wish you well, but it is time for us to take our leave. And then he's going to stand up and push his chair back under the table.
The elf sort of looks up and goes, And good luck to you.
Well, I'm going to stand up, not as tall, and do exactly the same. Just walk out. I don't care about beer in my beard because it's what it's bloody there for.
Kenneth's just gonna. As Kenneth walks off, he's just gonna shoot a look at the.
Why put on Kenneth's cloak on the way out?
Yeah, like I've got.
Yeah, and the elf looks back. No. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, so you go outside and it's morning. It's a misty morning. And so you know the guild is behind the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And it's a large building, quite a tall building. It's very run down, hasn't been occupied in a long time, and it's boarded up. So there's no
actual guild members.
There's nobody there. It is boarded up, but looking around the side, you see that there's sort of equipment. There's a small sort of training tower, in a way, probably for archery. And then you can see like the corner of like maybe some equipment around the side, some training equipment, all sort of overgrown with weeds and things like that.
Is there any signifiers on the building to say what kind of guild it was?
It looks like, and this is information that you obtained because you weren't here for the session, but you obtained from the blacksmith that it had nothing to do with magic. It was more of like a fighting guild.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is there any way we can see into it, or have just a gander through, peek?
Yes. I mean, so about sort of about 6 foot up, there are small square windows, which some of them are smashed. There's about 2 on each side, sort of half boarded up as well, like just a couple of boards over each one, but you can still see through the gap. So, yeah.
Well, Fred, shall I have a look in, or shall I get you a box?
You crack on, fella.
Yeah, I'll have a peek inside, see if there's anything of note inside.
So it's 6 foot high, so you probably will need to get a box anyway. So you grab one, and there's just there's bits of debris just sort of hanging about. So there's a small crate which you stand on, look up, and look through the window, and it's empty. The place is empty as you look in. It's quite dark, so you can't see the whole area, but you can see like weapons racks. You can see some other sort of indoor training equipment, a couple of old weapons and tools laying around the place, but not much. Beams of light coming in from the other windows around the building. So it's one big open room on that bottom floor.
Yep, nothing to see here, Fred. I think we should.
Nothing in the attic. We'll walk around the room, check the floorboards, make sure none of them are a trapdoor or a sneaky door.
If you want to find a way in and have a look, then I'm not going to stop you.
There's no point. If you can't see anything, you can't see anything.
It is a tall building, though. It's about 3 stories.
Off you go. Then again, if it's dark, it's probably better if I have a look.
Gonna go have a look for a way in then, Fred?
Yeah, go on in. No, look for a way in. I'll make a way in. Hang on, you're the thief. Unlock the bloody door.
Yeah, but Kenneth, he can't see anything in there that looks valuable.
Have you got your thieves' tools? Just unlock the door.
Yeah, I've got some tools. Oh, if you must. Yeah, all right then.
Can't see it from the outside. Might be able to see it from the inside.
So is there the door? I thought it was all boarded up though.
The front door, it's got a couple of old boards on it, but you can just pull them off.
Is it open or does it need?
No, it is locked. It is locked. So you will need to do a dexterity check and you can add your proficiency bonus if you're using thieves' tools.
Yeah.
If that don't work, I'll hit it with a bloody axe. This dwarven monk is not very monkish.
It's just typical dwarf. That punches every now and again.
So how do you use thieves' tools? Do you
just roll
a dexterity check and then add your proficiency bonus with that
Where do
as
I
well.
find my proficiency bonus for tools?
So proficiency will be at the top in, say, like plus something, or in your case maybe minus.
Right, yeah. No, I've got proficiency plus 3s.
So if you're proficient,
19.
19. Okay, yeah. You sort of get your tools in there. You have a little wiggle it around. You know this lock. This is a lock that you've picked before, and you know your way around it. So you get in there, click, clack, and the door clunks open.
Well then, Fred, that's my part done. After you.
shocker. Right, well, I'm gonna get my battle axe in my hand because you never know what's going on here, and I'm gonna have a walk around on the ground floor.
As you open the door, it's stiff where it hasn't been used in a long time.
Oh.
And as you move it, like quite a bit of dust falls, and the light beaming in to the area, it just sort of lights up the center of the room. And looking around, it's the same as what you saw through the window. There's sort of a central area which is lower, and then an upper area surround only like a couple of steps up, and that surrounds the area. It's almost like a demonstration room,
Like a fighting pit or something.
Almost like a fighting pit, but a little bit smarter than that. And at the end on the far left and the far right are two separate staircases, and then a door as well, which clearly leads to the rear of the building.
No bookshelves, no weapon racks.
It's pretty much bare. I mean, it's been stripped out of all weapons. There are a couple of broken weapons on the floor which are rusted and, from what you can tell, completely useless.
Actually, I'm going to gather them up and stick them by the door. Got a plan.
Okay.
When we were outside, did we notice any windows on the second and third floors?
There are windows, yeah.
On the second and third floors?
Yes.
Okay,
well,
how high is the third floor?
The third floor to the bottom, where the actual floor would be, you're looking at about 25 foot.
Right, okay, yes. Yeah, so
it's quite high.
So there's nothing in the initial room. So
nothing of obvious interest.
I'll go upstairs then.
Yeah, I think upstairs is the best. But go upstairs first.
Okay. All right. Go up to the first floor then. Daniel, son.
Moving up to the first floor,
Yeah.
you see 2 rooms, and then just an open sort of landing area with a window allowing light to come through. There's a rug on the floor, and there is a armor stand in the corner with no armor on it. It's just the dummy.
Okay, I'll try the door to the rooms.
Opening one door, there is a obviously disused room with a bed in it, and there is a chest of drawers next to the bed.
Anything in the drawers?
Roll me an investigation.
I'm going to have a look as well.
Okay, now. And another pair of socks. 5, investigation. 6. Yeah, 6.
So opening the drawer, you find an old pair of socks.
Roger. Okay, I'll try the other room then, unless Kenneth wants to do anything in here.
I got a 9 for my investigation, so
Okay.
probably just still the socks.
Yeah, you can see the socks. Yeah, and you determine that yes, they're definitely a pair of socks.
One cotton, one wool. We'll try the other room then.
It's a similar layout in the other room, apart from the bed is broken in the centre. It just snaps, and there's no covers or anything. It's just the frame of the bed. There is a chest of drawers which is turned over on its side. The drawers are open, and there is. You can't see anything in the top drawer. The bottom drawer is only half open.
Got to have a look at that one as well.
Yeah.
See if there's anything there.
Oh, 12.
7. That one.
What? Yeah. So I'd take the 7. Yeah, or the 12. So you pull that, and you can see there's nothing in that bottom drawer, but it seems to be getting caught on something underneath.
Oh, let's investigate as to what it's getting caught in on. That'll be a 14.
Where are you looking?
Where's it catching it? Like underneath,
So
inside the drawer,
the
underneath,
drawers,
or at the back
the,
underneath?
you can't. The drawers just it can't fully be pulled out. It's just catching on something.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my hand in and find out what it's catching on. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that one. No.
Yeah. There's a hole in the back of the drawer itself, where it's just sort of rotted away, and you get your hand on something that feels like leathery below the drawer.
Okay. Can I smash the drawers up with my axe into like a leathery thing?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
That's it. Yeah, you hit it and break it open.
So what's the leathery thing?
You find some papers wrapped in a leather, sort of just bound in a bit of leather, really. They are loose.
Okay. Is the thief looking at me? Gonna hide them in my robes.
What's your passive perception?
11.
Oh no, it's 17 for
yeah.
Kenneth, isn't it? Kenneth spots it.
That's fine. We'll read them later. We'll clear the rest of the building first. So I'm going to put them in my adventurer's pack for later.
Looking around. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So as you go out of that room, there's another set of there's smaller, narrower set of steps, and they go up quite steeply to the top floor.
Top floor. There's only 2 floors then.
I was including the ground floor with that one. Sorry. 2 floors.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, yeah, we'll go to the top floor then and have a butcher's round.
So climbing up there, you come to a hatch at the top of the steps, and you push it open. And at the very top, it's just empty. There's a couple of crates in the corners, one window on one end. It's just one big open room. It's just been cleared out again. Blankets in another corner, and just sort of cobwebs everywhere.
Nothing in the crates.
You can investigate the crates if you want.
Kind of crates. Oh, never mind. 21 done.
21. Opening up the crates, you find some copper pieces, 5 copper pieces.
Nice.
And you find a hat.
A hat? What kind of
Like just a ragged old like hat, sort of misshapen thing, almost trilby-ish, but not really.
Almost what?
Like a trilby, but not really. I don't know hats. I'll be honest. It's a hat.
You just said the first thing that came in your head.
Yeah.
It's a fucking trilby.
Yeah.
Would you in this fantasy realm?
I'm gonna swipe up the copper
Probably would be
pieces.
trilby.
It's a unique design.
Yeah. Take the trilby as well. Remember,
I'll take the copper pieces and I'll sort of pick the hat up and go and stick it on my Swede.
So the next interaction you have with someone, you can have an advantage on the roll based on how stylish you look with your new trilby hat.
Yeah, man. That's fucking brilliant. Anyway, right, can I have a look around? I want to go back down to the next. I don't know.
The what?
Doesn't matter. I've got a feeling we've missed something here.
Right then, friend.
What's the building made out of?
So the lower floor is stone, because it has a solid stone foundation, and the rest of the building is timber with some sort of primitive plaster.
Can I have I want to investigate the ground floor to see if there's any trapdoors to like a hidden dungeon or anything.
All right.
There's still the basement. We never went downstairs either.
No, because there is no downstairs, is there?
Yeah, there was when we first walked in, there was a flight of stairs up. And a flight down.
No. There was two
flights going up.
2 flights going up.
One back door that looks like it could be a back door.
That's right.
Two flights going up, but leading to the same level.
This is why I want to do a history stoneworking check downstairs, because I'm a dwarf and I like stone. Especially when I roll an 18. And add 21, whereas 21, 20, 25.
So what are you? Just tell me specifically what you want, what you're trying to find.
So I'm looking around all of you said the stone foundations and stone walling. So I'm looking for any sort of air gaps or proper judging all of the bricks and whatnot to make sure they all are brick-like, and they're in a brick-like fashion, and that there's no sneaky what's the word I'm looking for? Catches or levers.
Or anything that might have been recently bricked over.
All that, yeah, that's a good shout. I wasn't looking for that, but I am now.
That's a good idea.
3 years of experience there. Yeah. Well, the place has obviously been ransacked.
Kenneth has knocked down walls and rebuilt them to hide some of his loot many a time before.
Like the chimney and whatnot. Yeah.
With your roll, anyway, you're looking around the room, and there is one of the larger stones. It does seem to be quite loose, but that's it. I mean, there's just that one.
Okay. Shall we have a look at my inventory? Have you got a? Oh, I've got one anyway. Doesn't matter. Happy with that. I'm going to try and prize it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to see if it comes loose by hand first, because common sense.
Yeah, it's hard to get a grip of it, and it is quite heavy, and with your big pickle gherkin fingers, you can't get them into the gaps to get a grip on it. So you will need something to aid you.
Well, I'm gonna. Have you got a dungeon pack, or are you in a adventuring pack, Kenneth?
Kenneth has.
So if you've got a dungeon pack, I need your crowbar. Failing that, I'm just gonna use my
I do have a crowbar. Yeah.
Boom. There we go then. I'm gonna borrow Kenneth's crowbar and I'm gonna try and pry it with that. And I already have a hammer, so.
Okay, do us another strength then.
Strength. Can't give me a big number. 16 plus, I think it's only 3. There's my fucking strength. Oh, plus 1. Fuck it out. Alright, 17.
So you push on this crowbar and you eventually like push this big stone and manage to loosen it from the mortar, and slight bit of crumbling from the wall, but nothing to worry about. What you can see in the dust is a small box.
Ooh. So I'll remove the box and stick it in my pocket for later. No, I don't put it in my bag.
All right.
Any other stonework that looks odd, or just this one?
Just that one.
How big's the box, actually? Sorry.
So the box is a small box, so it's probably around.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's probably around a foot in length, and yeah, a foot in length, about half a foot deep, and yeah, about that.
Got it. Should we have a look inside now, kind of?
Yes, good a time as any, I guess.
Can I open it, or is it locked?
No, it's just like an old box. So you just open it. It's not got any sort of hinge on it or anything. You just take the lid off, and there's lots of dust in there. And there's a small portrait of some woman, and then underneath is filled with gold pieces.
Oh, how many?
15 gold pieces.
15. Fucking hell. God, I'll give you half. Seeing as I still don't know about the peanuts. What's the exchange rate on silver to gold?
It's 100 silver to 1 gold.
Okay. Sort it out, lad. Sort it out. Cool. Very nice. Yeah, I'll roll up the portrait and stick it in the leather pouch. If I was to stick it in. Is there anything else? Can I see anything else in the hole that the box has come out of?
No, it's just dust.
Nothing in the top like that you can get your hand into, or
no, nothing.
No, cool. Okay. Should I read the parchment here, Kenneth, or should we do that in the bar over a pint?
Nah, let's do it. Do it now.
Okay. In that case, then I've got my leather-bound parchment out, and I'm having a read. What language is it in?
It is in common. You can read it.
Happy days. What does it say?
So it says. So first of all, it says about why the guild disbanded, and it's basically what O'Doyne told you before, that they just left because there was nothing else for them here to do, and this was sort of in the time where before these creatures came out of wherever they came out from, and between like sort of the town just emptying out and the ancestor going missing. So it explains like that, like we're leaving because it's crap here, basically. But then there's like one extra page at the end which doesn't fit, and actually looking at it, it's similar sort of age parchment as the parchment that you got that Kenneth intercepted. However, it is written in the same handwriting as well, and it explains that because what you found in the crypt, I don't know if you remember this, but it explains about some sort of necromancy going on. Do you remember finding those bits of paper?
Yeah.
Right, so this sort of expands on that, and what it says is this person found a teacher or a mentor in a way, and this person learned everything that this mentor had to teach, and so he decided to go one step further and really test his skills, and so he killed the mentor. And these seem like quite personal entries into some sort of memoir, and his intention was to bring his mentor back to life, sort of in an undead form, to be a necromancer of the undead, to keep the undead being brought back to life in an eternal cycle forever.
Okay. Any mention of a name?
No name. But it's the same writing, the same handwriting, very well written. Same as the piece of parchment you have with the agreement for the deed on it.
Well, Fred, this might go some way to explaining why there was all the monsters at the manor.
Yeah, I think there's something dodgy going on with this priest dude. I'm not overly convinced that he's as innocent as he makes out. He hasn't made out he's innocent, but that's not the point.
I just want to point out you haven't investigated this room yet. You've only investigated the brickwork.
I'd investigate this room. I'm sure I did it when it first came in.
No.
This is the ground level.
Yeah.
What's that?
Did we do that when we first
16
came
or
in?
fucking 19, 16. That says 16. Yeah, that's just 17 then, bud.
You're looking around. There's another piece of parchment on the floor.
20, yeah.
Oh, nat 20.
You see a piece of parchment, and you see a small gem, very small, about a centimetre in diameter, sparkle out the corner as the light just suddenly catches it. A small green gem in the corner.
What?
Yes, I've seen it as well.
Yeah. Did he
No,
see it?
only Kenneth has seen the gem.
Okay.
You've both seen the
I've
parchment.
paper.
So where is the gem in relation to the part?
It's just on the floor on the opposite side of the room.
All right, I'm gonna go over and pick up the parchment, and then I'm gonna hand it to Fred and say, "Oh, hold on to that a minute, Fred. I need a piss." And then Kenneth's gonna walk over to the gem and pretend to tie up his shoelace and pick up the little gem, and then he's gonna stand back up and have a piss.
Yeah, so Fred's like completely unsuspecting.
I'm gonna let you do it anyway. What does the bloody parchment say?
The parchment looks like some sort of agreement, written in the same handwriting again. Some sort of agreement to clear a certain part, a certain area called the Warrens. So there's this area called the Warrens, and there are certain creatures down there which this person wanted the guild to dispose of. Whether that was done or not is unknown, but this entrance can be found within the first level of ruins within the manor. It is also accessible through the Weald,
Okay.
but he doesn't. From what the letter says, it doesn't say exactly where in the Weald that it would be accessible from.
The Weald is the like wooded area.
Yeah, it surrounds the whole town.
Back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's time to go up and have a look at the manor.
Cool.
I'm gonna convince. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say, while Fred's not here, I'm gonna. So actually, while I'm still pissing, I'm gonna take the 6 gold that I've got left in the pouch and transfer that to my main pouch, and then I'm gonna put the 5 copper I found in the attic in the little pouch that he thinks are peanuts.
roll sleight of hand.
As if I have to ask what I missed. Never mind.
17 plus. Let's have a look. What's my modifier on that?
I was going to say you might find out, but you're not going to.
Plus 17.
Well, really not. Clearly.
Yeah, so that happens.
And then I'm gonna shake off the last bit of piss and then stick it back in my pocket and then turn to Fred and say, "Well, Fred, sounds like it's time to go investigate the manor."
Okay. I think we should wait because you need weapons. Well, you need to get your weapons back. And if we're going to be dealing with a big necromancer, I'd like to know what my axe is. My extra sharp axe.
No one said anything about fighting a necromancer, Fred.
Did you not read this bit of paper?
Yes, but we can go and have a look, can we not?
Yeah, I suppose.
I've still got my short sword and my bow.
Yeah, no, I've still got an axe as well. But
how much time has passed since me visiting the blacksmith?
A couple of hours.
Couple of hours? Okay. Maybe.
So you're looking at probably about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning now? Probably about 10 o'clock in the morning?
You go and see the blacksmith then and get your weapons back. I'm going to take all these crap weapons and our leather parchment stuff and stick them in our room in the bar.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head over to the blacksmith then and see if he's managed to prise open.
Also, going to tell the bartender to find us some fucking beds for our room as well. Because why not? Okay.
Who are we doing first?
So we'll just do Kenneth's box open. If not,
Let's do Kenneth. Mine's generic. I'm literally just going to run and do what we need.
Right. I'm just going to attack by a cat. Yeah, so you go out to the blacksmith. He's still working away. He turns around and goes, "Oh, you're back already?"
Yes, you said a couple of hours. See if you could open that little chest.
Yeah, that's
I was
right.
wondering if you've had any success.
I haven't been able to get it open, mate. I'm sorry. The thing's made of. I had a little look at it. The thing's made of really strong stuff. Don't know. Did you notice this emblem on it? Did you ever look at that?
Yes, I believe I did, but I don't recognize it.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, it's because it's the property of the Abbey. Yeah. So the emblem is a circle with like 4 straight sort of bits coming, teas coming out of it.
All right, okay.
But I can't seem to get it open. I mean, you could take it to Rylick. He might be able to help you. But yeah, I've been hammering at it. I've drilled it. I don't know. I've tried to wedge stuff in there. I've tried to compress it. I've tried to heat it. Nothing seems to be working on this. It seems to have some sort of divine protection on it.
Well, thank you for your efforts. I guess I'll take that back then, eh?
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
So Kenneth's going to pick his little chest back up and head out the door. So, and then head back.
You mean I don't know about this chest?
No, you haven't seen it yet.
Oh. How can it open this?
So what are you doing?
Actually, no. Yeah, actually, without Fred, I'm going to head straight up and see if I can find Rylek at the Abbey.
Okay. We'll go back to Fred in the tavern. What were you doing, Fred?
Dropping some stuff off and telling the barman to get some beds shifted into our room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they gives you the thumbs up, like, yeah, see what he can do.
With that, I might stay for some pig feet as well then while he's while Kenneth's over at the... I don't know what he's doing. Well, Kenneth's doing whatever he's doing.
So you're making your way up to...
Actually, I'm going to go and do... Gonna go and check on the brewing while Kenneth's not here.
I thought you might. I was going to say something. I thought you'd remember. Yeah.
Just to see how it's getting on.
Cool.
Might even try a new recipe.
Almost like a partnership.
Yeah.
That's how it's going anyway.
Well, this always look after yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, make your way up to the Abbey. And you walk up and you see Rylek in the Abbey, and he's just sort of like straightening out some of the bits and pieces and brushing off, removing all the stuff that was piled around the entrance to the crypt. He was just moving all that stuff out and just clearing up, just in general sort of tidy up, get it back into working order.
So yeah, Kenneth's going to approach Rylek and get the little chest out and say, Rylek, one thing I forgot to mention. When I was in the crypts, we found this little chest. I'm wondering if you may know more about it.
Where did you get this? In the crypt? Where? I've been down the crypt. I haven't seen anything like that.
It was in a small room, not too far from the exits.
Maybe. Go away, cat. This. May I take that from you?
You may inspect it, but finders keepers.
Bloody cat. Yes, I will return. You realise it's part of the Abbey. Belongs to the Abbey.
Well, what is it?
Well, let's open it and have a look, shall we? And he walks over with it to the altar and gets out this this amulet with the symbol on it, the same symbol as the as what's printed on it. And he puts the amulet on it, it sort of glows around the seam and clicks open. And he opens it up, and there is an old leather tome in there. It's this cat's on me. It's red, and it has a sort of circular with the stakes going through it, like what's above your head on your background. It has 3 circles and some other symbols engraved into the leather around it, and it is locked with just a belt, sort of a buckle on it. It's a thick book.
So, Relic, does this book mean anything to you?
No. I've never seen this. I've never seen the chest before. This could mean... This could have something to do with what's happening, where these creatures came from.
Other than the symbols, does the book have any other writing or anything in it?
Yeah, so if you open it, it has got writing in there. What languages do you know?
The main screen on the left-hand side, dude. Are you on your phone, are you?
Yeah.
It'll be under...
So, features and traits, I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe. Let me jump on the app.
Racial traits and languages. I can... Common and halfling.
Yeah, you don't understand what the writing is.
So, Relic, do you understand this scripture?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Do you recognize what it may be?
It may have something to do with the unsettling nature of what lurks below the manor.
So does Kenneth notice, even though he doesn't know the language, is there any clues to whether it's something he might have seen before, even though he can't read it, like Elvish or Dwarvish, one of the other common languages?
There's no clues, but you can tell it's just an ancient tome.
So, do I get a reward for returning this ancient chest?
Well, technically, the chest is the reward. The chest belongs to the Abbey, to the God of Light. So you've taken this chest. This will be the reward for finding it in the first place.
Kenneth just sort of looks at him like, that's not the kind of reward I'm talking about.
Do intimidation for me.
11. Uh, 17.
Right,
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Bless you. Rylick feels the awkward. You just pause and create an awkward silence. And Rylick, he's an awkward individual anyway, and he just can't take it. So he goes, I found some more copper donations on the floor. So take this this as a reward. I do apologise for inconveniencing you. And he gives you some copper. It gives you 6 copper pieces.
I'm gonna put the copper piece, six copper pieces in.
You're
the
bleeding
bag.
this guy dry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the 6 copper pieces in the peanut bag.
Hey, dick.
Oh
Next time you
shit!
drop it on a bar, make sure it's got KP fucking stamped on the side.
Yeah, so that's what happens there. So you've got. So let's look at it, right? You've got a few options here that you've discovered so far. So you've got the Weald. There's stuff in the Weald. You've got the manor. And you've got something potentially another area within the manor. Based on the evidence that you've found so far.
Yeah, the ruins.
So you've got the ruins of the manor. And then there's access to something else within the ruins.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the book that came out of the chest. Is that, or is Rylek?
Rylek's giving you that. He's just and he's just giving you the remaining donations that he's found left on the floor.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna. I'll careful backpack the book. And the chest is going to leave with Rylek. Or is that worth a lot? Does it look like it's worth a lot?
No, it's not worth anything.
Kind of
it's
useless, isn't it? If you need a special thing to open it.
Yeah. And it looked like it was a one-time thing.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I'll head back down to the bar and try and find Fred.
Cool. So you go down to the bar, and Fred's in there, just sorting out, doing a bit of admin, checking on his barrels, seeing how they're going, seeing how the brewing's going, having a little taste, or whatever you do when you brew stuff.
I really need to teach you.
Fred? Fred?
Yup.
Cast your eye over this old tome and see if you recognize this language.
Right. What would you like me to look at?
Well, not the bloody binding.
Tell a lot by a book's binding.
Do you recognize any of this writing?
Sam, do I recognise any of the writing?
I don't know what
investigation check and have a look.
What can you speak?
Common and dwarf.
You don't recognise any of it. Oh, you want to recognise if you.
But I might recognise it as a foreign language. Yeah. So that'll be a. Do you want me to do investigation or history?
History.
Happy with that. 20.
20. This is an ancient language. You notice that it's probably not. It's probably not of the. It's probably more of the celestial kind of language. Maybe not celestial. Maybe infernal, or one of those types of languages. I'm not saying that it is infernal. I'm just pointing you in that sort of direction.
Okay. So we need to find somebody that's good with languages then, young Kenneth.
Oh, Fred, I found this tome up at the monastery.
Okay. So we'll look at this one.
I'm not sure what someone up at the monastery would need with a book like this. Just thought, I didn't even check to see if Rylek knew the language, did I?
On the tome?
I think you did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can't remember.
Let me have a look anyway.
I think
we'll
you did.
investigate, see what we get. Yeah, we got 9.
What are you doing? What was that for? Sorry.
Investigating the language on the book. The
You already
tome.
did that.
Oh, you already did that.
Oh,
Yeah, you already did that.
Yeah. What did you think you were rolling for?
the language on the tome, he just said.
Yeah, but before when you got
Whoa.
when you did
Okay.
the history check.
Alright, okay. Ignore me then. I'm being a monk, clearly. Clearly having a special moment.
So what are you doing
Well,
from here then?
Oh,
So
Oh.
we
are,
need
they,
to
are,
get
they,
somebody to read that.
are the 3 adventurers still there? Are they?
They're gone.
Gone.
From where?
Gone from the bar.
Roger.
Well then, Fred, I think it's time we headed up to the Abbey.
Or we could just ask the barman. See if he's come across any of these languages before.
But, no, he seems a bit of a mince. He's not
You
gonna
never know.
What was that?
Hmm?
You never know.
What did
I
you
said
say, you
what?
old git?
I said, what's his name? Is it Vince?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you said something else.
Nice save.
Do apologise. Have a drink on the house. There you go.
Have a bonus performance point.
Oh no,
You know.
you've been kind enough, Vince. We'll take it from we'll have that beer later. We're heading off now. We've spent too long dilly dallying.
Do you recognise any
What?
languages, young Mr. Barman? What's the bloody barman's name?
It's hang on, I've got it here. I just forgotten it. Brug. My name's Brug.
Rug. Okay,
Yep.
we'll call him Vince. I prefer Vince.
Well, we'll go with Vincent. But it's Brug, just so you know.
Okay, that's fair enough. Right, what language? Oh. Have you come across this language before?
Why, so there's just a bunch of scribbles in it.
Roger, no then. Yeah, you're right, Kenneth.
I'm gonna lean in and say, told you so.
I'm going to look at you and go, didn't doubt it.
Mince Vince. Yeah, I'm gonna head out the door
Where are we going?
up to the Abbey.
Roger, let's go to the Abbey then. Okay.
So you make your way up to the Abbey. Back in there, Rylek's there, tidying up.
Sorry, not Abbey. The manor. Sorry.
Rylek looks at you as you walk in and walk out. Confused. And at the back of the town, behind the Abbey, to the right-hand side, there's a path which leads off into the Weald, which is overgrown over the road along, which is the route up.
Well, I'm going to ready my axe.
As you enter the Weald, you follow the path the best you can, but where it's overgrown so much, a lot of nature has reclaimed it, so it is hard to track. What you also notice is large fungi, huge fungi, the size of you and larger, attacking the trees, killing a lot of the natural wildlife. Killing a lot of the natural wildlife and releasing spores into the air, which seem to glow a sort of dull green. And there are so many spores, it covers the upper canopy of the Weald. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to beat the shit out of this cat. Wait! Biting through my bloody power cable. So
Dude.
it covers the upper canopy of the Weald, blocking out the majority of the sunlight and which gives the sunlight that does come through gives that whole area a sort of greenish glow. And it's very dim. And that, as you enter, you start to hear all sorts of weird noises. Hang on a minute. Right.
Like a cat frying.
Yeah, it is honestly going to explode in a minute. It's just biting into the power cable. Hey! Hang on, I'm going to pause it. So you are in the weald, and it is dark. Like I said, dim green light, fungus, strange sort of floral, mutated sort of flora around you. Some of it almost seems to glow, very unnatural from what you can tell. And in the distance, you can hear sort of all sorts of strange noises, shrieks, growls, and wailing from the distance. And that is where we are going to leave this session for tonight.